most of our companies in this country, a lot of them, they don't pay electricity bills. A lot don't pay. And transmission losses also is another factor which the minister has to look at it. We are currently at around 29 to 30% transmission losses, whereby the OECD or the international sectors, their transmission losses is around 8 to 9%. So if we are able to overcome these transition losses, also is part of money. Because at generation, when you generate power, okay, immediately you generate, the generator charges what he has generated. So whether you use it or not, whether it goes to the consumer or not, definitely they are going to charge us. So this is some of the areas I would like the minister to look at it.
Now, moving on, the Bank of Ghana has dismissed claims of a ban on over-the-counter foreign currency withdrawals. In a notice issued recently, the central bank clarified such withdrawals remain allowed under existing forex regulations, despite public speculation about a possible crackdown on dollar access. My colleague Fred Smith is here with me in the studio to tell us more about the statement issued by the BOG. So, tell us how we got here and why has it become necessary for the BOG to issue the statement?
Well, you know, a member of the BOG board, Isaac Adongo, had an interview with Joy News and indicated and stoked controversy when he said that some steps are being taken in this direction. We can hear from himself.
You can no longer speculate with a bank account in dollars, because when you put the money in dollars into a bank account, we'll give you the dollars only when you need it for a dollar denominated transaction outside of our country, because dollars must be spent outside, not inside. But if you need the dollar to go and spend on, say, CD denominated transaction, we'll give you the CDs.
But this is theory.
That is what's happening. Go and put your money in your bank account and go and get it, whether you get a dollar in Ghana here.
I go to the bank all the time to take my dollars.
You take dollars?
Then nobody asks me.
It's illegal. You can't be giving dollars on the counter.
Fred, tell us what the BOG is saying.
Well, in this notice issued about an hour ago, the Bank of Ghana has made a 4-point notice to the public. And the first one says that over-the-counter cash withdrawals in foreign currency from foreign exchange accounts and foreign currency accounts are allowed. The second point is that for non-FEA and non-FCA account holders, forex purchases for travel outside Ghana are allowed, but capped at $10,000 or its equivalent per person per trip, and this must be supported by a valid passport, visa, and confirmed travel ticket, as the bank has indicated earlier. Now, checks and checkbooks may continue to be issued on those foreign exchange accounts, but the bank adds in the fourth point that the bank has not contemplated reviewing these existing measures, and that all banks and the public are advised to take note and comply accordingly.
Thank you very much, Fred Smith. Meanwhile, the Bank of Ghana says it is committed to firm measures set to stabilize the city, calling it key to ensuring market compliance. First Deputy Governor Dr. Mumuni Zakari shared the details on PM Express Business Edition, which will air tonight at 9 p.m. on the Joy News channel.
But the key thing, fundamental, is to ensure we have stability. And when you have stability, all of these other peripheral, challenges you have will be minimized. You perhaps will not be able to eliminate them completely, but they will definitely be minimized. And that is only when you are able to, maintain durable stability. Yes.
You think that for you, the most important thing is stabilize the local currency, ensure confidence in the local currency. All the other things will fall in place?
Precisely the point I am making. Just this week, Governor was sharing an experience with us when somebody was going to buy, a vehicle and went with dollar bills to buy it. And then the vehicle, seller said they didn't, he should come and pay them in cedis. He went to the Forex Bureau to ask that they change this Forex into cedis for him, and when he got the rate they were giving him, because they were also expecting the rate to still fall, was so low that this person
more dollars to still get that same quantity of cedis.
You heard the first Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Mumuni Zakari. Now, the suspended Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu is set to face a formal inquiry today over allegations of financial misconduct and a series of questionable administrative decisions that could determine the future of her judicial career. The committee, chaired by Supreme Court Justice Gabriel Scott Puaman, was constituted in accordance with Article 146, Clause 6 of the 1992 Constitution. Its establishment followed a determination of a prima facie case against the Chief Justice and was undertaken in consultation with the Council of State. My colleague Elton Bobe looks at the issues against Mrs. Gertrude Tokonu.
Allegations of financial misconduct involving the misuse of public funds, a controversial Supreme Court ruling related to Ecobank Ghana Limited, and the questionable administrative decisions led President John Mahama acting on a prima facie determination to suspend Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu. However, the central issues concerns alleged illegal payments made to her two immediate family members, her husband Francis Kofi Tokonu and their daughter Sarah Edem Tokonu. The payments were documented in an audit report on the judiciary. Auditors are said to have demanded the recovery of a staggering 261.8 thousand Ghana cedis and $30,000, threatening to impose a hefty surcharge on the Judicial Secretary should the funds not be repaid. The Chief Justice is reported to have refunded the money, including an interest. The report, addressed to the Judicial Secretary, entitled Draft Management Letter on the Account of the Judicial Service for the period January to December 2023, was conducted under Article 1872 of the 1992 Constitution of the Audit Service. It reviewed cash management, procurement, transport, payroll, and inventory control, asset management, and internal control systems, and evaluated implementation of prior audit recommendations. The report alleges that the Chief Justice Tokonu took her husband on a trip to Tanzania, incurring flight costs exceeding 75,000 cedis. She reportedly abandoned her official security detail in favor of her spouse. The auditors further claimed that the Chief Justice received $14,000 in accountable interest for the trip and has yet to refund it. Also, on a separate trip to the United States, the Chief Justice's daughters allegedly had a ticket upgraded at an additional cost of almost 10,000 Ghana cedis. Her total ticket cost 109,000 Ghana cedis with a per diem of 10,000 United States dollars.
So other members on the committee are Justice Samuel Kwame Edubu-Esiedu, former Auditor General Daniel Yao Domolevo. We also have Major Flora Bazanura Dalugo, who is with the Ghana Armed Forces, and Professor James Sefajisa from the University of Ghana. Now, a former director of the Ghana School of Law, Kwame Ansosari, says the committee has the ultimate responsibility of determining the fate of the Chief Justice.
We are dealing, with one of the strong pillars of our democracy, the Chief Justice. Therefore, there are certain matters that will not have to be in the public domain, but for the years of the members of the committee hearing the petition. So, because it is an inquiry, they will be legally or constitutionally obliged to go by the petition, and here the petition may be taken as the statement in writing whereby the petitioner or the petitioners have set out in detail the facts supported by the necessary documents.
Well, still on this, a retired Supreme Court Judge William Matuguba says the only fault with the process was denying the Chief Justice a copy of the petition when it was first presented to the President.
If you were to put me in such a trial, I wouldn't go.
Initially, I think maybe when they did not give a copy of the petition, that could be said to be. But even that is debatable. There are various legal views on this matter. But going by Ajay, I think initially they ought to, send a copy. And that was done when she requested for it, before the prima facie case was established. The question is not whether something was said at one time or another. It is the basis of what was said. What is proper and right at any time remains so.
Well, the procedure is, however, being questioned by former Speaker of Parliament, Professor Aaron Mike Okwe.
If you were to put me in such a trial, I wouldn't go. And I wouldn't plead. I wouldn't say anything. You can do whatever you like. Because I would like the world to hear. And I bow out according to what is being heard. Putting a person in a room, coming out thereafter to say what occurred there.
You were saying that if you were in the shoes of Gertrude Tokon, you would not appear before this committee.
I say, if it is going to be secret trial, I won't appear. You can do whatever you want to do.
Because you don't trust the process?
No, it's not a matter. You see, if a disciplinary action is given against a messenger in the judiciary, you know, he or she will be entitled to take the matter to the High Court.
Yes.
But in this particular case, the person who is being tried in secret cannot even appeal. So let the world see it once and for all.
There was former Speaker of Parliament, Professor Aaron Mike Okwe. Now, the minority is petitioning the Commission of Human Rights and Administrative Justice, SHRAJ, the police, CID, and OSP over the Sammy Gyamfi gift saga. The presidency on Wednesday cautioned and cleared the acting CEO of Gold Board, indicating no further action will be taken against him. But the minority has rejected this move, insisting Mr. Gyamfi must be sanctioned. They are this afternoon petitioning a number of investigative bodies, and James Aveji is with them. James, tell us more about this petition and where exactly you are.
Well, Hannah, we currently at the police CID headquarters here in Accra. Earlier, the group was at the SHRAJ head office to present their petition to the SHRAJ boss there. From here, they'll be moving to the office of the OSP. The petitioner is the MP for Nalerugu Gambaga constituency, Honorable Mumuni Mohammed Nuruddin, and he is backed by the members of parliament, especially the minority whip, Habib Idrisu. They are all here at the police CID headquarters. Thankfully, I have the Deputy General Secretary of the party here with me to give us the exact content of this petition. You had a press conference earlier. What exactly are you petitioning the investigative bodies to do, Mr. Mohammed?
Exactly what these petitioners are asking is that they are asking that an investigation should be conducted into the conduct of this public officer, Mr. Sammy Gyamfi, because they think that there has been some violations with regards to some particular laws of our land. Specifically, is the breach of the code of conduct for the public appointees that has been issued by His Excellency the President very recently.
What exactly? What exact provision?
You check at Section 1.2 and Section 1.3, and also the page 9 of the assent of the President to ensure that he publicly holds his own people to account with respect to misconduct towards the code of conduct. And also, if you check the Foreign Exchange Act of 2006, Act 723, specifically Section 3.1 and Section 3.4 need to be looked at because we feel that there is something untoward with regards to that particular section.
Okay.
We also look at the Currency Act of 1964.
Okay, and quite a number of them. Is there any? Does this have the backing of the party? And is there any specific time duration you are giving to these investigative bodies to come out with the outcome?
Yes, surely the minority were out. They did a press conference to call for investigation.
You heard my colleague James Aveji in that interview. Well, we'll take a short break here. When we come back, Ghanaian and U.S. scientists have launched joint investigations into how toxic substances from illegal mining activities are affecting the human body.
He hopes to get water from these areas, expose these fishes to it right from the egg stage, fertilized egg stage, and then you'll be looking at what is happening to them. Are the kidneys forming well, liver forming well, the eyes.
And later in the bulletin for Throwback Thursday, we put a spotlight on the reigning artist of the year, King Promise, and his journey so far in the music industry.
If any young person is watching me right now who has a dream used me as an example of resilience. My first year when I broke out on the scene, I had 7 nominations and I left with 0. While some people laugh, I just work harder.
When budgets are tight and money difficult to come by, you want to be sure you get the best value for your money. These are not times to be spending money fixing expensive engine problems because of cheap fuel and lubricants. Drive to a petrol source station today and buy your quality fuel and lubricants, and rest assured of fuel that lasts long and lubricants that prevent expensive engine problems. Hear the sound. Petrosol, clean fuel in full quantity.
When I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth with Kale Charcoal toothpaste. This gives me confidence all day.
Anytime you meet Amma, don't be surprised I smile showing my beautiful white teeth because I don't have cavity thanks to Kale Charcoal toothpaste for its natural charcoal properties. In fact, we are like twins. I can't go without my Kale Charcoal toothpaste.
That be why I dey use Kale Charcoal toothpaste morning and night when I dey go bed safe. It dey make my teeth white when it dey comot every scent from my mouth inside. My confidence level they go up, so I dey show my 32 teeth all.
Introducing the Kale Charcoal toothpaste, formulated with activated bamboo charcoal powder, ensures whiter teeth and removes bad breath. The strong natural property of the activated bamboo charcoal removes bacteria, absorbs surface stains on our teeth caused by coffee, wines, and tobacco. Welcome, Kale Charcoal toothpaste. Kale Charcoal toothpaste, Sankofa Yenchi.
Kale, happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
Hey, DNA Hamsa. And you stay soft concentrate fabric softener. I was such it move. Just send it say be here met na oche. New yarnet na oche. No be a baby some wasem demoni ni na say. DNA Hamsa. Fair quiet yesim biara association Ontario. Use stay soft and new yarnet na oche. Nani boss to tap from cra. A fabric softener. And ye near say sir. Choose to stay soft. No who's so you know. FDID a garden cratu yatu.
You're welcome back, and Mubarak has the sports news.
Thank you very much, Hannah. So the Ghana Olympic Committee has vowed to support the men's relay team ahead of the 2025 World Athletics Championships in September. The relay team clocked a season best time of 38.32 seconds to book their place at the global showpiece and are hoping to end the country's 19-year medal drought. Here's GOC President Richard Akpokavi.
They are one of the 14 that have qualified, and that's huge. Sometimes because we don't get a medal, they think that is not important, but it's huge. And I think if we plan well, we know what we need to do. They shouldn't have any problem with training. We should have a budget for them in terms of their training, in terms of medical support, in terms of coaching support, competition support. So if there's any competition they have to attend, they shouldn't have a problem. That's what I've been talking about, and that's what we want to do. So hopefully, if we finish our engagement, we'll have a plan in place with some funding in place to ensure that if they are going for the World Championships, they don't have a problem.
That's the president of the Ghana Olympic Committee, Richard Akpokavi.
Thank you very much, Mubarak. It's all about funding, huh?
Exactly.
Now, scientists at Ghana's KNUST are teaming up with Oregon State University to study the effects of illegal mining on human health using zebrafish. The study follows disturbing patterns of death effects and organ failure in mining communities. Nanaya Ojima has more from the Pharmacy Department's Fish Lab.
The organs of these fishes are similar to humans, hence factors that damage their organs have similar impact on the human body. Pharmacologist Professor George Ainison explains the negative impact of water samples from illegal mining sites on fishes when introduced could be likened to impact on humans.
He hopes to get water from these areas, expose these fishes to it right from the egg stage, fertilized egg stage, and then you'll be looking at what is happening to them. Are the lungs forming well? Are the kidneys forming well? Liver forming well? The eyes, are they able to swim well?
Already, scientists in Ghana are seeing babies being born with deformities and poorly formed organs. It is believed the use of cyanide solution, mercury among other chemicals in illegal mining continues to cause deaths in mining communities. Pathologist Professor Paul Poku Osei Sampene explains.
At the autopsy in all the 5 regions, you realize that the major cause of death are actually what do you call it, end-stage renal disease, with some few hepatorenal syndromes. What it means that the renal or the kidney is affected, and then or probably the liver is affected, then therefore affecting the kidneys as well.
Now, today's Throwback Thursday takes us back to where it all began for the man who's been crooning his way through a hat and now stands tall as Ghana's reigning artist of the year. My colleague Jacqueline and Sama Yeboah has more in this report.
Before the awards, before the world tours, and way before the silk pajamas became a fashion statement, there was a young Gregory Botte Newman stepping into the scene in 2016 with Thank God, his Afro-pop debut featuring British Ghanaian fuse ODJ. A thankful start? Absolutely. But let's be honest, it was also a sign of what was to come. And what came next? A smooth run of hit that made it clear this king didn't come to play. He came to stay. Then came 2017's Oh Yeah and Oh Yes, it banged. Oh yeah, nothing to do. Fast forward to 2018 and the anthem CCTV drops featuring Sarkodie and Mujis. This track wasn't just a hit, it was a movement, a prayer in a party song. King Promise had officially arrived.
And I must tell you that the producer of that story, Jacqueline, is here with me with What's Up in the Trends. And today she has Adubia with us.
Yes.
Okay, tell us now.
Well, Hannah, a lot has been trending on social media. Of course, on top of the trends is Adongo. After his statements on PM Express last night, users have been reacting to it, even after the Bank of Ghana made some clarifications. Let me read one or two comments here. Nick says that at this point, Mr. Adongo is more Maguire than Maguire himself. His get is due. Jerome says that Adongo's position is too critical for him to say something like this. Drove panic among depositors for no reason. So, social media reacting to that. Adovia?
Well, Sammy Jenfi is still trending for some reason. Well,
it's Thursday.
I thought the issue was dying, it was gradually fading away. But the minority, the new thing is that the minority is petitioning Straj, OSP, and police CID over his dollar gifts to Mama Pat. And I'm just going to read the first comments from Sammy K. He's saying this is going nowhere, so they should just stop bothering themselves. So that's it for the trends today.
Yeah, Hannah.
Well, we hope you don't have this trends tomorrow, Hannah Odame. But you can find more stories on myjoyonline.com. Pastor Mensa Otabel comes up next with Living